Just what you want to hear when you are 3 days from closing that text or call that says, "Hey, we've got a little problem at the house." Awesome. What is that? Now, over the last 10 days in Fort Collins, we have just been getting crushed with rain. Actually, last Sunday, we had just at around 2 inches of rain, the most rainfall we've had in a single day since 2017. And one of the things that, if you're in real estate long enough, probably the worst thing that, like, the a property's worst enemy isn't anything but really water. Water can just do damage and quickly. So we had a listing agent give us a call, buyers out of state, that said, "Hey, we've got some water coming through the window," or we had water come through the window. Seller got over there, all that's getting fixed. Anyways, long story short, rallied the troops, got a contractor over there myself. I think we're going to get it taken care of and resolved, but I want to give a shout out. One of the things that we love working with people here in Fort Collins, generally speaking, is high integrity, good character of real estate agents across the board. Now, of course, there's some bad apples throughout there, but overall, people have a very strong affinity towards doing the right thing, maintaining integrity and character, because we're probably going to do business with each other multiple times. And we just closed a house yesterday with a client out of Houston, and they were just floored by how kind of like well the sellers maintained the property, like the gift that they gave, the overall. Now, granted, these sellers did very well on the closing of the sale, but it just wasn't the same feel that they had in Houston, where you're just kind of going for the jugular, the Achilles. So overall, it's just a great thing to work in Fort Collins, Northern Colorado. So at Sukup Real Estate Services, Caleb, Connor, Zach, Izzy, Ashley, myself, and Katrina, we definitely try to hold ourselves at a high standard. But overall in Fort Collins, if you generally are working with somebody, they want to maintain good integrity and character. So try to do the right thing. So thank you for that call today from that C3 realtor that we're doing a deal with, and hopefully we can move forward. But this is the Fort Collins real estate market update, where we're going to talk to you guys about median sales price, new listings, homes that are under contract, interest rates, inventory, days on market, what our boots on the ground feel is of the market, which it is just, I would say it is like walking through a hurricane, and having shelter every now and again, but just trying to navigate. But let's get rocking and rolling with median sales price of Fort Collins. I will share my screen. This will be something that we'll jump into, but let's see. I'm going to stop share, present, share screen. Let's go here first. Share, info sparks. All right, we're going to share screen here in a second. There we go. Stick with me, everybody, if you can. All right, here we go. So median sales price in May of 2023 dropped from 638,000 in April to 630,000, and also dropped from 641,000 in May of 2022 to $630,000. The one thing that I want to show you guys here, though, is it's the first time we had a drop on the rolling 12-month average median sales price for a single-family detached home in 5 years. So it's the first time that on a rolling 12-month, we had a drop from $615,000 to $611,100. So definitely something to take note of. There were actually a fair amount of new listings that came onto the market. Let's go back to just monthly, 5 years. 251 homes versus 187 in April, and 266 in May of 2022. So really only 5.6% down. The conversation that we've been having over the last couple of months is this golden handcuffs of people not selling because they have an amazing interest rate and they don't want to move into something else. Well, 5.6% down really isn't that bad of a figure dropped comparatively to 1 year ago, when we still had interest rates that were relatively attractive to move, but interest rates were increasing. They were starting to get into those sixes. So we are still seeing a decent amount of new listings hit the market. Days on market relatively flat at 31 days. So I think we're going to start to see this tick up because inventory is ticking up a little bit. Month supply of inventory all the way up to 1.6 months versus last year 0.7 months. So pretty substantially increased. Now, a healthy market is 6 months. I've never seen it in my lifetime. So, I started selling real estate in 2013. I've never seen 6 months of inventory in Fort Collins. It's always been a very tight market, very good to be a seller, strong buyer demand, but we are up to 1.6 months versus, so it's the highest we've been really since August 2020. So we are seeing new inventory hit the market. Days on market should start to increase. One of the biggest things that I am seeing though is, let's see here, come back here, is homes that are under contract. This is probably one of the biggest drops. This is directly correlated to buyer demand. And I'm no artist, but this is May of each year for the last 5 years that are homes under contract. So you can see that we are under 200 homes under contract, which is a direct correlation to buyer demand. We saw only 170 homes under contract versus May of 2022 of 249 homes. This is a pretty substantial correlation saying buyers are getting impacted by interest rates, but we are seeing new homes hit the market. So new listings are only 5.6%, but we are seeing a dramatic decrease in homes under contract. Now, that being said, what does that mean for the market? 77 homes had a price reduction of anywhere between 2.3 to 2.5%. Homes that had the price reduction were on average right around that $750,000 to $840,000 price point. So the higher the people that are getting squeezed aren't the sellers or aren't the buyers kind of in that $1 million plus that maybe interest rates aren't as big of an impact because their incomes are at a higher level, but it's at that like 750 to 850,000 where it's like, I really want a nice house, but my income is immediately getting impacted from the interest rates here in Fort Collins. So those homes are sitting longer and having a price reduction. 33% of homes on the market in May had a price reduction. 77 of 229 homes. So 33% of homes had a price reduction. Now, 150 homes sold in May, and mostly are selling at their list price or just above even. On average, $6,000 above list price, 1.17%, or median was at sales price. So we are still seeing a pretty decent demand for homes selling at that median price point of $610,000 to $630,000. 38 of 150 homes sold under list price for anywhere between 0.3 to 11.12%. We have, I can tell you, like we just closed on a property that was listed for $735,000 and we closed at $800,000. So right around 8% above list price. And we're also under contract with the client to close here in the next 10 days. List price 1.4, sales price 1.3. So, $100,000 underneath list price. I think it's like 6 or 7% under list price. So it is all over the market, and we'll get to some boots on the ground analysis here shortly and kind of tell you, like, we're very active here in Northern Colorado offering properties daily, and we'll tell you what the actuality of homes that are moving is. Interest rates. That is pretty much the biggest conversation right now. And, I would say we talked with Cameron over at Turnkey Lending. Interest rates are at 6.9% if you have a 780 credit score. Now, of course, that can change depending on how much you're putting down and things of that nature and DTI. But overall, premium credit score, 780, 6.9% for conventional, 6.2% for FHA, 6.1% for FHA, 6.23% for VA. So if you're able to leverage those tools, which we work with a lot of veterans that are able to do VA loans, a very attractive option versus conventional. Let's see here. Big things that are kind of dictating the market. Strong jobs are coming in, and we're payroll is strong. So we are seeing and GDP. So we are still seeing inflation stay strong, which is going to probably tell the Fed to either they're not going to cut rates anytime soon, but possibly even, I guess, right now they're pricing in an increase for our June market. Probably a quarter of a point is what it looks like, but definitely not cutting, which interest rates are going to stay strong. The debt ceiling got resolved, but what Cameron was suggesting is that there's still some money to be printed and bonds to be sold to be able to pay for that debt ceiling increase and resolution. But interest rates probably going to be right around that 6.8 to 7% for the time being. Possible decreases coming in the second half of 2023, but time will tell. And those interest rates, May of 2022, interest rates were at 5.7%. So we're about 1% higher than that. In May of 2021, they're at 2.95%. So, I mean, we're definitely seeing some, over the last 2 years, massive increases, changes of interest rates. But really, our price appreciation has slowed dramatically, but no decreases except for this last month. From 615,000 to 611,000 on a rolling 12-month average for Fort Collins. So moving forward, we will definitely see. But some boots on the ground analysis. Rental rates. Rental rates are going like crazy. We helped an individual rent out one of their places just as a consultant, as a friend more than anything, but they raised their rates from $2,200 a month to $3,000 a month. And they had a tenant who signed the lease that said, we just walked through a home that was rented, that was being asked to be rented at $2,500. That was a shit show. And your home at $3,000 a month is a breath of fresh air. $3,000 a month when I started in this business for a single family house is crazy, but that tail finally catches up on the rental side of things when you're purchasing, when appreciation has gone at 15, 20, 25%, for the last 2-3 years. And now we're finally seeing these rental rates increase pretty dramatically also. So you're not getting much relief if you're starting to rent, but those rent rates are going to start to catch up to the mortgage rates here sooner than later. All righty. We submitted on a house on Friday. List price was $550,000 with the client. We got in there first. We knew we weren't probably going to be the highest offer. We were contingent. It was financed. We were just hoping that, first in the door, and we did all of our due diligence, that they were hard, not going to look at the offers, but they weren't going to disclose what they were. So, a lot of strategy goes into how we submit offers, but unfortunately, there was 5 total offers, 2 cash, 2 very strong financed offers, and then ours that was contingent. All 4 other offers were non-contingent and substantially over that 550. We offered 560, did not get it. It went substantially higher. My team, we offered on a house in Taft Canyon that was listed at $800. We offered $840, no appraisal, and it went for $900 or higher. It has not closed yet, so we will see where that went. We had a listing in Loveland that sold it was listed at listed at $550, offer $560, appraisal issue. We closed at $550 with 1 offer on that. We have another listing sitting in Loveland right now. We have good activity, but no offers coming in. We also offered on a property that was listed on the southeast side of Fort Collins that was listed at, let me see here, sorry. It was over off of Rumford. Where'd it go? Hold with me, hold with me, hold with me. Listed for 679, all cash offer of 743, multiple offers, and we got it. In Wellington, we offered on a $550,000 house, list price, but asked for $20,000, $16,000 of seller concessions. So this market is, it's weird. It's all over the place. We toured 4 houses this last weekend, all in Delwood Heights, North Fort Collins, kind of by Long Pond Country Club, all right around that $800,000 price point. We were getting calls from listing agents asking us what we thought if we were going to be submitting, that there's no offers, that the seller has some wiggle room on the price. These are not calls that we got. But then we also got ghosted because we weren't even close. We didn't get ghosted. We just got slightly pushed aside on a $550,000 house. So let's see here. New construction, they're kind of interesting. There's some builders that are absolutely offering concessions. Others that are not. The better, I would say, the smaller builders that aren't production necessarily, releasing lots strategically, slowly until they can sell those lots. But I definitely think that there's going to be some fallout from those contracts and possibly some as-is spec home opportunities. But other builders, D.R. Horton offering $30,000 concession to sellers to try to buy down that rate. There's some locked-in rates from other builders. So new construction is an interesting thing. They're all over the place. They're trying to figure out, navigate this market as well, because they have a longer time horizon. And while they don't think maybe interest rates can go much higher, possibly lower by the time these people close, so there's less incentive for them to pull out. Maybe the worst is behind us, type deal. But my recommendations for both a buyer and seller in this market. All right, for buyers, be opportunistic for homes that are sitting on the market. But homes that are priced right or aggressively are going to move fast, but nothing like too crazy. Now, some homes, they could go 4, 5, 8% above list. Don't get me wrong, depending on how that home is listed. But generally speaking, if a home's going to go over, it's going to go between 3 to 4% over the list price. So that's where you're going to be in your head. If there's going to be a multiple offer situation, play with that number unless it's dramatically underpriced and they're trying to draw in a bidding war. But be opportunistic. Look for those homes that might have been overpriced at the beginning and are doing price reductions. And just one that we're looking at with a client has at basically $700,000 have had $100,000 price reduction. And we're like having clients like, this is an opportunity that now there's it's sitting dead in the water, and we could maybe come in, even get it for a little bit less, or possibly get it for the current list price now that it's finally got down to its market. There's a home off of Gregory Road that came on the market at 1.1 million, had an initial price reduction of $100,000 to $990, another price reduction to $950, and as soon as it hit that $950,000 price point, went under contract. So there are buyers out there that see opportunity, that are capable, able, and willing, but are also somewhat patient unless that house that is just hitting all the boxes, which it probably also hitting a lot of other buyers' boxes, hits the market. They come in full force, ready to rock. So as a seller, if you're going to be selling your home, figure out what market is and maybe price it just under. Nothing crazy, but just under, because you want to possibly get multiple offers, because it could draw that price above what it would have sold for if you listed it for market. Case in point, had a property. Now, this was at a very, very attractive price point in Fort Collins. It was listed for $399,000, or sorry, our market value was $410,000. We recommended listing it for $399,000. We closed at $425,000. So we got an extra $15,000 over what we thought market was, because we were able to generate enough excitement for this home. Now, I would not go much more than 2 to 3% under market. There are very, very discerning buyers. It is a more risky path than I would say probably 6 to 12 months ago, when there was just ample amounts of buyers. But that's probably what I would do. Otherwise, And that's if your home is turnkey, move-in ready, priced appropriately. Otherwise, if your home is not turnkey and needs to be, some love given there, you can price it at market and just plan to sit and hope that you get that right buyer that wants to be opportunistic, possibly offer at list or under list. But I would say marketing and pricing your home properly and having it in that proper condition, selling your house, is of paramount importance now, especially versus 6 to 12 months ago. Now, we did get some some correspondence while we were going. Lucas, yeah, interest rates definitely have popped. We were very friendly, I guess you'd say, with a lot of our tenants. I think it was like 7 to 8% renewal rates, but we had to do just that kind of to keep status quo. Mechanicals have gone crazy as far as replacement of a water heater. It used to be $1,500, now like $2,200 to $2,500. Property taxes, we all just saw, have gone a crazy amount of increase, which is going to be passed on to those renters. Insurance, Cameron suggested that I think it was like State Farm and Allstate, I can't remember exactly, but are no longer insuring properties in California due to the natural disasters. Places like in Colorado, when we have those rainstorms, that could increase premiums. Those are all getting passed on to renters, in addition to whether they have to refinance or sell. But those rental rates are definitely popping like crazy as well. Fizzed Up, I'm not sure who that is. I can see the picture, but it just looks like a goofy person to me that says Fizzed Up. Some lightning bolts. Thank you. No, that's Izzy. She's rocking it. She's killing it. Selling a few homes. She was one of the individual that sold that house in Wellington for some clients, got them $40,000 or $16,000 concession, buy down that interest rate. And hello, Martin. So any questions or anything like that on our June market report? Now, I also have been going live on Wednesday evenings on a weekly basis to discuss basically the ongoings in Fort Collins. So join me there tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But otherwise, we come to you guys on the first Tuesday of every month with a real estate market update. Now, if you guys are considering moving to Fort Collins, give my team a call. We are very good at what we do, but there are plenty of opportunities, but we'd love the chance to work with you. So give us a call, text, or email. Until next time, everybody. Oh, wait. Love all your videos. Lots of great info. Thank you, Martin. Thank you for watching this live. It was 22 minutes, but hopefully it's chock full of useful information, both subjective or objective and subjective information that you guys can now move forward and make some educated, knowledgeable decisions about Northern Colorado real estate. All right, guys. See you later.